قال الله تعالى في محكم التنزيل: أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. من عمل صالحا من ذكر أو أنثى وهو مؤمن فلنحيينه حياة طيبة ونجزينهم أجرهم بأحسن ما كانوا يعملون. كدو في بقى amuka bakubange asooka n'owokubiri n'owokusatu abakulu ba managimenti bakaabe okuva mu bitundu ebyenjawulo bachairman ba disitulikiti ababuli ba members be bazze nabo abavujirizi b'olukungaana luno aboogeddwako waggulu bannamawulire baffe twalira awamu abantu ba Katonda va bitundu ebyenjawulo okkize mbalamise ekiramuso ekirungi. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Muga ebigambo byange byabadde byaggulu ne sijji yange nagiwadde abantu bano nga tuggulawo, naye obumpimpi twala omukisa guno okwebaza okubeera nga muzze mu nnamba ennene bweti. Mwebale nnyo, mwebale ddala. Ne twebaza olwa lipoosi ennungi ze mutuwadde n'omulimu omungi gwe mukola mu bitundu, kubanga Allah yagamba nti laqad kana lakum fi rasulillahi uswatun hasana. Nabbi kyali ekyokulabirako ekirungi eri abantu bonna. N'ekyo ndowooza gye mbadde nga bakkiriza mu bukulembeze bwaffe buno, ne mweyisa bulungi, ne mwogera bulungi, ne mukola bulungi, amasimu ge gali waggulu wa buli kintu kyonna. Mbakakasa nti Uganda tujja ginunula mu busiraamu nga tewali olutalo. Ekyo tubaza abasobodde okutambula bulungi ne bisobola okusikiriza abantu okutwegattako mu ngeri ey'enjawulo. Ntwala okusazira okwebaza Sheikh Juma Vuni omumyukafu owokusatu olw'omulimu omunene gwatukolera waggulu eyo awamu ne banne okulaba nti obusiraamu olujegere wakati waffe abali eno mu Buganda n'abali waggulu okulaba nga tutambulira wamu, olw'okubanga innama almuminuuna ikhwa. Tuli ba Luganda, tewali njawulo mu mawanga, tewali njawulo mu nzikiri mu bibina na bini. Olukasombaga la ilaha illallah muhammadu rasulullah kubalimaze okutufuna olujegere olutuyunga. Tukwebaza mu butongole, twebale nnyo, webalire ddala. Twebaziza abasomesa baffe kisobodde otusomesa ebigambo ebirungi, okuteekateeka okulungi. Dr. Sembujja wamwogeddeko, Akala amwogeddeko, omukyala akulira abakyala mu Uganda ate nga ewanika ku district. Mwebale nnyo, mwebalire ddala. Mukkirize olw'obudde twala omukisa guno okuyita mbuga ajje atuuse mesegi. Mwebale nnyo, mwebalire ddala.
Your Eminence, Central Hai'a, Your Eminences, the Supreme Kadhis in different parts of Uganda, Sheikh Salam, all facilitators, ladies and gentlemen, Hajj and Hajjats, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Praise be to the Almighty Allah, who has given us the gift of life, who has enabled us to meet here. And I wish to join the others in welcoming you for this conference. Thank you for turning up in large numbers, and thank you for the noble work you are doing. This conference gives us a chance to meet one another at close range, gives us a chance to discuss and find a way forward of the issues pertaining in the Muslim community. I want to thank the office of the Supreme Mufti, through the Supreme Mufti himself, and all those who have been behind the organization, facilitation, and even all other friends who have sponsored this annual convention. We thank you and we pray that Almighty Allah reward you abundantly. I want to thank the facilitators for the message they have put across. I was not privy to many of what was discussed, but I'm just happy I looked at one which has to do with Islamic banking. This is one of my petty subjects, and whenever I have chance, I always have to add my voice. But if there is anything you have to take back home, is to ask you as leaders, get to know what Islamic finance is all about. Understand the subject, you first as the leaders. Then encourage the people to know what Islamic finance is all about. We spent time arguing, lobbying, and asking the authorities to allow Islamic finance to operate in this country. Now that it is here, we have a duty to support these institutions. And nobody else will do that except you and me and us. So please go back. If there is any discipline that has been misunderstood, Islamic finance. Because there are many of our people who think that Islamic finance is charity. It is business. Whoever expects free money from transacting from Islamic finance, I think he should have a rethink. But the only way our people can understand, I need the leaders to first understand, comprehend it. I will ask the office of the Supreme Mufti to be champions of Islamic finance, to hold seminars, to communicate with you as leaders, so that the people get to know what Islamic finance is about. Because if we don't succeed in this area, they will always look at us as people who are just making noise, who don't have the capacity. So please, as you go back home, think about it. This one, failure is not an option we have when it comes to Islamic finance. Many people think it is Islamic banking, but it's a lot bigger than that. So our leaders, that's one thing I'm asking you, go back and popularize Islamic finance. Let our people get to know what it is. Let them support these institutions by joining them, by understanding that it was our call who demanded, it is us who demanded that it is allowed to operate in this country. For over 10 years plus, those people were really dying. And many of those had the misconception that it's about to die, Islamization of people. No. This is one of the ways to deepen the financial sector, to get away with the riba and the issues. But that notwithstanding, it is not free money, it is all about hard work. The second issue I'd like to ask, I don't know if it was discussed here, that you as leaders, you are going through a lot of challenges wherever you are. But those challenges should make us strong. They shouldn't be a cause to despair. But one of the areas that will help us to have capacity to serve our people is the issue of zakat al-mal. Many people don't understand what it's all about. It is you, the leaders, to understand it rightly and deliver the message to other county sheikhs so that the business people in your areas get to know what zakat al-mal is all about. Because people confuse zakah with sadaqah. Somebody say, but for me, you see, I have my $500,000, I gave so and so. Say, oh, thank you for that sadaqah, but zakah is different. So please, go back and teach our people what zakah is all about. Still, I will go through the office of the Supreme Mufti to give seminars, and even in forums, we should have sheikhs to talk about zakah, especially where we normally meet. It's good we have to tell people how to go to Jannah, but before you go to Jannah, there is a life here. So let's talk about zakah and people get to know. You find somebody, he earns an income and says, you see, it didn't last 1 year, so I'm not supposed to pay zakah. You say, my friend, when you earn, that's when you have to pay. Not that money has to be there for 1 year. That one which has to last 1 year is things like gold, minerals, trees, all the other type. But as soon as you earn, you're supposed to pay. Why I'm insisting on zakah? Because it will give you the capacity. The way Allah distributed it. Once you've got it, you offer service directly to the people. And they also, the last one, of Walamirina Alaiha, will make us all of us happy. So, please, you go back and make sure that these two topics, you really, if there's anything that you picked from me, if there's any message, it has to do with Islamic finance, to popularize it and ask people to join and support these institutions when they knock on your doors. The second is about zakah, because it will empower you. My experience is that people want to pay, but at times they were confused by earlier messages. So detox these fellows and they get to know what it is all about. I would like to thank all of you for having come here, but in a special way, through the Supreme Kadhi of Leader, for inviting me and hosting me. I was very happy indeed to Napa in here. It was my first time in 15 years to cross that bridge. The last time I crossed it, I was going to Arua. By then we hadn't met with the Deputy Supreme Mufti. That was 2010. I had a conference for UMEA, this is Muslim Teachers Association. That's when I crossed Karuma for the first time. The other time I crossed it, I was going to Dokoro. I was opening a mosque in Dokoro, but that was 2013. So this was my first time in 10 years to cross, and I was very happy with the rousing welcome you gave all of us, and the reception you gave us. If there is anybody to thank, it is you. Don't have to thank me, because you really gave me a chance to visit the people in that area. I want to thank all of you, those who have delivered messages from different parts of the country. These were very informative, very good. Nataka kushukuru Sheikh Supreme Kadhi wa Busia. Lugha yako mzuri, ulisomea kwa kwetu Unguja au nini? Lamu, nilisikia naona huyo sio Mganda. Lugha ilikuwa mzuri sana. Pole, asante sana, nashukuru. Nataka kushukuru wote. Thank you very much. But two other issues to ask you as the leaders. Please, when you go on the ground, know that you are our faces. Try to portray a good image, because that's the image of Islam. So that together we can build the Ummah, we can have a good society. Lastly, the message I want to ask you is to ask our people in different parts of Uganda that our competitive advantage as Ugandans is in agriculture. Ask the people to go into agriculture, because that's where we're going to have food, that's where we have surplus to sell. Please think about agriculture as a means to getting out of poverty, especially in these crops that have 2 or 3 yields every year. Maize, beans, and the like. trees are very good, but for 6 years, what are you eating? Coffee, 2-3 years, it's good. But the best are these ones which have a lot of yield. There is a huge market about agricultural products. And you also be able to reserve and ensure that our land is properly utilized, to even keep away squatters and everywhere, because land is now a strategic resource. So please go back and ask our people to go into farming. They can do other business, I don't have a problem, but that's one area they should really focus on if we are going to get out of poverty and all the others. I want to thank you, and lastly, to thank the lady who spoke on behalf of the ladies for that bold and strong statement of where I think the people, Madam, you're talking about, the men are not in this room. Those who marry and then they cause problems, they are not in this room. But it's one conversation we have to really think about, because we are all the creation of Allah. If there are human beings who suffer because of these actions, I think we should have a discussion through the office of the Supreme Officer and know what should be the basics if somebody wants to increase his foothold in an area. There should be some minimum standards, one of which must be communication. You can't say you are going out and you stop communicating with your people. That one must always be there. The capacity to be fair to all, the old and the new. Because this is your family, why should you abandon it? All in the name that you've got a new catch. So I think, Madam, you put it rightly, and it's a conversation all these leaders must go back and think about, because we are the creation of the Almighty Allah. If one soul is not happy, I don't think that our Creator will be happy. Let's have a win-win situation. If somebody is doing that, what should be the minimum standards before you even think about it? One of those are resources to be able to sustain your new footprint. It's not easy, but above all is communication. You must stay with a good relationship with your people, new and old. We cannot say that we shall stop people, no. All we are saying, let's have a discussion as leaders, and this message must go down to our people. I wish with those remarks to thank you, and I appreciate all for coming to this conference, and thank all those who have facilitated us and all the brains that have organized. I'm happy that the participants, you said it has really been well conducted and the facilitation was good. May the Almighty Allah bless you. With those remarks, I wish to formally close this convocation. وَكُلُّ عَامٍ وَأَنْتُمْ بِخَيْرٍ.
Sheikh Saifuddin Zubair Sembira, Kiandong, Sheikh Slight Center, Sheikh Ishaq Awangana Wibera Rede, Sembira. Lira Shivalinda.